Hello, my name is Matt, and I am the Youth Programs Coordinator for Thrive Matt Sue. And this month on our Thrive Partner Spotlight, we are highlighting Younglife. And I have with me today Jonna Clark. And Jonna is the Area Director for Younglife. Jonna, can you please tell us a little bit about Younglife and your role with the organization and how you first connected?
Yes. So Young Life is a faith-based nonprofit that enters into the world of teenagers. We work with middle schoolers, high schoolers, and teen moms, and we earn the right to be heard. And so we do that through several different ways. What we call contact work, where we go where kids are, camp, club, which is like a party with a purpose, campaigners, which is a smaller group, and just caring adults to enter into the lives of students. I'm the area director, so that means that I get to recruit and train volunteer healthy adult leaders who love teenagers and want to see them thrive in our community. Thrive. And
Like what you did there.
yeah, finger guns and everything. Yeah, that's what we love to do. So I get to just walk into the world of kids and also help bring along adults with me to do that. I get to raise our budget and do trainings for our volunteers and plan big fun events for our students. So that's kind of my role here in the Valley. And I first got involved, there was not Young Life in my high school when I went to Colony. But about a year or so after I graduated, I was invited to be a Young Life leader, and I didn't know what that was. But I went and I saw a club that was happening in the basement of someone's house in Anchorage. And there was games and like music you'd hear on the radio and the crazy things happening, like people almost got injured, like things were flying across the room, there was pie, like it was insane. And then a leader got up and they shared a little bit of their story and then the story of hope as well. And I just left that night going, man, I don't know what this is, but I have got to be involved in it because it is so fun. And so that was back in 2007. And then I just slowly kind of found it. I was a volunteer for years and then went on staff and did some training in school. And now I get to be full-time. This is my full-time job. I get to just hang out with high schoolers, middle schoolers, and it's really, really fun. So that's how I got involved.
Awesome. Well, and I've been never involved directly, but a good friend of mine was involved in was the area director in the Washington, Missouri area, and I can also attest to just the craziness of Young Life events and the quality that you guys do with them. So we are very grateful for Young Life's partnership with Thrive. Please tell me a little bit more about the organization of Young Life.
Yeah, so our biggest part of Young Life, it is actually international, so it's all over the world, and it looks different in different places. But the thing that is consistent is this idea of, like I said, contact work. So adults going where kids are. We don't expect kids to come to us. We are more relational than we are a program. And so that means being on students' turf, like their school campuses, the skate park, basketball courts, like coffee shops. We want to go where students are and earn that right to be heard because students stats show that they need like 3 to 5 mentors outside of the home to have like great stability and just success in life. And we want to help offer that. But we know that you have to build that relationship first. So I love the part that we go and we kind of earn that right by being just friends with students. And a lot of times our volunteers are a really safe place for high schoolers and middle schoolers to go who aren't their parents, who can just kind of help them navigate life. And then we have this big thing called club that happens every week or maybe once a month. And that is that party with a purpose. And so students will show up, they'll hear music like they hear on the radio. There'll be games, like I said, it's controlled chaos. And there will be like leaders there just kind of telling a little bit about their story and then sharing a message of hope. And that is club. And so that's like, we have all the schools from the Valley come to one club for high school and one club for middle school. And that is a cool way that you get to see your friends from other schools and other, like, even if you're homeschool, you get to meet new friends, or you can bring your friends along. So it's just a really big party. And then we have camp, which is summer camp. Normally we go out of state. The last couple of years we've stayed in state, but this summer we had an island to ourselves on Lake Louise, and we did water Olympics and all this super fun things, messy games. And it was just an amazing time. So we try to make like a camping experience one where students can just have the week of their life, and experience new experiences and have great adventures. And the whole time you have your leader there, who's just kind of doing that with you. They're not watching you, they're right in the mud with you, which is super fun for me. And then we have, if you have questions or you want to know more about God, we have these smaller groups that discuss that. But the thing that I love the most about Younglife is that we love people regardless of their response to Jesus. So we have tons of students that come who don't want to pursue a relationship with God, and we still want you there. So that's what I love, is that adults, that's not pivotal to you coming. That's a little piece of it, but really it is adults who care about students who want to be in their lives. And I have seen my high school and middle school friends, their lives just absolutely transformed from that, from community and friendship, and just having purpose, and just seeing people thrive from that. So it's been really fun. And that's why I love it so much.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, and that's definitely right in line with the work of Thrive. I mean, we're here to reduce the risk factors that students would have, towards substance abuse, and increase protective factors. And so having those adult role models, and having that increased community is definitely, aligns with the goals of Thrive. And so we're grateful for your participation.
And I forgot to
Go
mention
ahead.
that so middle school version is called Wildlife, because we know our middle school friends are wild. And so that's Wildlife. We meet once a month, and we have an event in addition to that once a month. And then we have that smaller group where people get together, and there's always food and super fun. And then high school is called Younglife, and that happens once a week, multiple times a week. And then we have Young Lives, which is our teen moms and even teen dads side of the mission. And that's where we get to support our pregnant and parenting teen parents.
Okay,
so those
awesome.
are kind of the aspects that kids fall under.
Right. So Younglife is just your normal typical program. And then Young Lives is the program that's specifically geared to teen moms. And so if any of our coalition partners come across some students who teen moms out there, they can connect them to you for that important resource. Is there any upcoming events that you would like to share with us?
Yes, we are going to be starting this thing called Fifth Quarter, and that's going to be pretty much a party that happens after like some of our sporting events, football, basketball, volleyball, those kind of things. And it's just going to be a great solution, an option for students to go and have like an after party after the games, without some of those substances that you might see at one that a student throws. So we're having that planned. We don't have exact dates on which ones those are going to be, but you can follow us on Instagram at Matsu Younglife, and then we have a Matsu Valley Facebook page. And also I can communicate that with Thrive too, and they can put that out there when those are going to happen. We're not going to start up our clubs until November, but you're going to see a lot of Young Life and Wildlife leaders out in the community at sporting events. Like we're going to be at the football game tonight, or, whenever this airs, I don't know, but the Wasilla Colony football game, we'll be there. And so you'll see, well, usually we're wearing Young Life things. So if someone walks up to you and is like, yo, I love your shoes, like that's probably a Young Life leader. So we'll be out in the community. And then for adults who are interested in learning more, we're going to have our banquet on October 29th at probably Career Tech, as long as that goes good. And so that's a great way for adults to hear more about Young Life, parents to come and check out Young Life, teachers, faculty, community members, and it's just a really big party, and you get to hear about the mission of Young Life.
Nice. Any other steps that people should know if they would like to get involved in Young Life?
Yeah, so we are a volunteer-led and run organization, and so we are always looking for volunteers that love teenagers or love teen moms to hold babies for childcare when we do our teen mom thing, or who want to be a volunteer leader, maybe teachers who say that they want to get more involved. And so we're always looking for the volunteer leaders. We also are building up a neighborhood of like adult support to support the leaders, to support the organization. So like planning the banquet, for example, that's one of the roles that the neighborhood has. We are a nonprofit, so anyone who wants to partner financially with us, we're open to. You can always make meals for students. Like, we love to feed our kids and just meet basic needs. And yeah, so there's a ton of ways to get involved. And then if you're a student, of course, it doesn't matter what middle school you go to in the Valley or what high school you go to, or if you're homeschooled, you can always contact us and show up at our clubs or get connected with a leader, and we'd love to walk through life with you.
Awesome. Well, and I'll add some of your social media links and website link and everything so that people that want to follow up can do that. Jonna, is there anything else that you'd like to add today?
Young Life is so fun. It's been pretty life-changing for me, even just as a volunteer and as an adult, and being able to watch my teenage friends just walk through the relational side of this organization has been life-changing for a lot of the students that I've encountered and the leaders that I've encountered. And so I highly recommend it. I barely got involved, and then look at me now. So it's kind of contagious in a good way. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen at Young Life, and controlled chaos. So if you're okay with a little chaos, know that it's controlled, and we'd love to have you. Everyone is welcome. There is no prerequisite to coming or being involved.
Perfect. Well, John, we are grateful for all of our Thrive partners. And this month, we want to focus on our connection with Young Life and our partnership with you guys. We're grateful for the work you guys are doing in the trenches with students to help encourage them. COVID has been a challenging time for everybody. And so the increased relational connection that you guys have been offering, during this challenging time, and you'll continue to offer throughout, the years to come. We're just grateful for your partnership. And so thank you for your work that you're doing with students. And we'd just like to ask everybody that's watching the video to go to the links that I'm going to provide for their social media and just show them some appreciation and support. And then just connect with Jonna if you want to follow up in any way. So thanks so much. And it was great to have you today.
Thanks, Matt.